Hi, it's Jenny from Balloon Circus, and today's story is all about the little river that got lost. One spring, high in the mountains, 3 rivers were talking. "I flow into the blue sea," said the first. "Here in the hills I am small and fast and rocky, but when I reach the sea I am so wide a man can hardly see across me." "I too am small now," said the second river, "but when the sun has melted all the snow in the mountains, I shall be big and deep and clean." "Oh dear," thought the third river, for she was very small indeed, and unlike the others, stayed small no matter how much rain fell or snow melted. So she said, "I'm just small and very cold," she added, but she felt most unhappy. Well, as I was saying," went on the first biggest river, "I am extremely wide and long, and on my way to the sea I pass through many different countries and towns and cities, and lots of ships sail on me." "I used to flow into the sea too," said the second river, "but it seemed rather a waste, so now only a little of me reaches the sea. Mostly I stay in a narrow valley with a big wall at one end called a dam. I'm very important, because from there I water the fields which used to be too dry for anything to grow." "Oh dear," said the third and smallest river, "I'm not really sure where I go or what I do. You see, I flow into another river and then another, and those two join more rivers, and I forget where we all end up." But she felt very sorry for herself. In fact, there and then she decided that she would try to be an important river too. So when the snows started to melt, she made up her mind not to join up with the other rivers, but to go all on her own. She was very excited, raced off as fast as she could. She ran on for days and days until she was completely lost. "I know if I keep going downhill I ought to get to the sea," she said. But it became more and more difficult to go downhill, because the land got flatter and flatter, and she went slower and slower. Then right in front of her she saw hills covered in trees. "Now what can I do?" she gasped. "I'm sure I'll never find a way through them. They look too high." Well, she tried her best, wriggling in and out, dodging round the bottoms of hills and flowing through the valleys. But the hills kept getting higher, and she kept going slower, until finally, in a smooth space among the rocks, the little river stopped. The funny thing was, once it happened, it wasn't so bad after all, because she made a very pretty pool. Soon the birds and animals were telling each other about the lovely new place to wash and drink. "Not deep and dangerous like some pools," they said, "not fast and powerful like the rivers, but gentle and still." Soon all the small animals and birds began to go to the little pool, and soon too trees and flowers began to grow around her, and the children from the farms and villages came and sailed boats on her. So the little river stopped worrying about how small she was and forget all about finding the way to the sea. She was so happy to have become a beautiful little pool. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next time.